really nice divine order. Then there are people with a different divine order. Went to college, married an alcoholic, had 6 kids, 24 grandchildren, lived in my car and died choking on a pretzel in the parking lot of a dollar store. That's a different divine order. The divine order people are the same as the money doesn't matter people. The people who say money doesn't matter are the people with shitloads of money. If you ask an old lady who lives in the middle of a drug-infested, violent, poor community that she can't leave because she can't even afford bread, she might say that money matters. She might say that she had 5 children, but 2 of them were killed on the streets. And if she had money, she could have relocated herself and her children when they were small, and maybe her life would look different today. So does money matter? Yes. It matters a lot. And was this her divine order? No. People got involved and fucked it up for her. Because God is dealing with humans who are imperfect, the divine order can fall apart at any second. I'd like to think divine order is something to move towards, sort of like a goal. I believe God has a plan for each one of us. I always say try to move towards your divine order. Move towards the things in life that are good and kind and loving, and that may be the best we can do. I've asked Mom about God more recently, and she says God has blessed her more than she can ever imagine. I look down at the hole in her sock and think, really? She says she was blessed with abundance. Mom has this black pantsuit. When she thinks of abundance, the pantsuit is one of the things she uses as an example. She says she's still waiting for the right occasion to wear the black pantsuit. Because of her medication, Mom obsesses about certain things. On the day I asked her about God, she talked about the black pantsuit all day. At some point, she asked me to help her put it on. I help Mom put on her black pantsuit. She looks in the mirror. It still looks nice, right? She says, the black pantsuit is solid black with shiny gold clasps. The gold clasps are enormous, and there are 5 or 6 that go straight down the front. I say, it really looks nice, Mom. I love it. And then she says, where can I wear this? I say, the Grammys. I change her out of her pantsuit and guide her back to her chair. She spends the rest of the day mumbling and napping. I guess this is our divine order. I'm a comic, and I don't know if this is weird, but I had to pick out little pieces of the book, so I hope you guys just stay with me because I had to pick out pieces. Otherwise, I'm very self-centered. I just stand here and read for like 6 hours. So I'd be reading going, oh, I'm so great. Read more. Read another chapter. So anyway, I'm a comic, and we were in Tucson, and I had a headache, and at this point, I was a saint. I was clean. I was doing well. I was walking the line. I was Mother Teresa. I had it all going on. We got there in the morning. I had a headache. You know those mornings when you wake up with a headache, and then by about 9 or 10, it's like a real migraine. I was sick. So I had a headache. We go to Tucson, where we are fortunate to be able to stay with our dear friend's guest house way up in the hills. It's beautiful and peaceful, and I would like to never leave. John and I have known these people for 20 years. Okay, so the wife, Denise. Denise is as gorgeous as she was 20 years ago. I know people always say that, but in her case, it's actually true. She drinks a lot of wine, so we're thinking she's actually pickled. I, on the other hand, have aged like a normal human. Denise is one of those women who doesn't really know how beautiful she is, so that makes her more beautiful. So you think that should be enough, don't you think? Beauty, who needs more? Denise cooks all our meals when we stay with them. I don't mean grilled cheese. I mean chicken a la red wine marsala with basil and tomatoes. Tomatoes she's handpicked from some hill in Spain. Then she makes the salad dressing, tomato a la Burberry something something. She prepares a different dish each evening. I ask her, what can I help with? She says, oh, nothing. This dish is so simple. You relax. Okay, so she's beautiful and she can cook. She and her husband also own a comedy club. I walk into the doors of the comedy club and I notice since my last visit, there's beautiful artwork covering the walls. I say, wow, this looks amazing. Denise then proceeded to explain to me how she painted each piece of art. And how painting isn't really her thing, but they needed something on the walls. So a girl does what she has to do. We go back to their home in the hills, and I demand that I be allowed to do the dishes without question. I was washing, and I see this wildly fantastic, colorful, beautiful ceramic bowl. I was carefully washing it, thinking, it's probably expensive, and I don't want to break it. I carefully turn it over and look on the bottom of the dish, and it says, by Denise B. At this point, I hung my head and I turned to her and moaned, you make your own dishes? The point I'm making is God could spread around a little. Why heap all the beauty and the talent on a few people? If someone is short, make them really funny. If someone is bald, give them lots of money. On the other hand, if someone is beautiful, give them a constant toothache. Or if a person is a gifted artist, maybe they could have herpes. It seems like God is in the people-making factory, and Jennifer Aniston comes down the belt, and he takes his bucket of beauty and talent and dumps a shitload on her. Then Danny DeVito rolls by, and God walks away and checks his Facebook. Okay, so we're back at Denise's. I set my drink on a table. Then I pick it back up immediately and ask for a coaster because I don't want to ruin the beautiful table. Okay. Denise said, oh please, that table's so old. I made it when I lived in Germany. I laughed and said, of course you did. We all make a table or two in Germany. God could spread the sweet sauce a little more evenly. So that particular Friday, I was done with my 2 shows and we were back at the house. But as the day progressed, my headache had become a migraine. We were sitting outside by Denise's waterfall. On chairs that Denise had welded together with scrap metal. From an old washing machine. The seat cushions were covered with skin from the zebra she had harpooned while she was on a trip to South Africa. For a fleeting second, I felt so sad that a zebra had to die to make those beautiful cushions. But man, zebra skin is so soft to sit on. A week before our trip, John had a kidney stone. So I knew he had painkillers. I wasn't in my painkiller stage anymore, but my head felt like it was going to explode. So I say to John, give me half of one of your painkillers. That was the beginning of a beautiful life. I woke up the next morning and Denise was making crepes. We hugged Denise and her husband goodbye and then went back to Phoenix where we had a freezer filled with Swanson frozen entrees. Over the next week I took all of John's painkillers. I call the doctor and I say, John needs more. They call it in, I show up at the pharmacy, smiling. They go into the don't drive or operate things.